State lawmakers approving tough new standards which hold Tennessee teachers accountable for the grades their students get on standardized tests. President Obama is among those who have praised that effort. But after seeing the cost estimates, some of your lawmakers, the same ones who voted for Common Core, now want to hit the pause button on tests that some parents already are calling a waste at any price.
Okay, let's check this one. What should your denominator be?
Michelle Sheriff is a fourth grade teacher at Gower Elementary in Bellevue. Her students are already being taught the Common Core curriculum in math and language arts.
Write out a new subtraction problem.
New park testing to see how much they've learned is scheduled to start in the fall. Statewide, those new tests will cost about $25 million, 25% more than the TCAP exams we've been using.
It's ridiculous. It's just another hoop that they're trying to make our teachers and kids jump through.
Jennifer Smith has 2 kids at Gower, and she's not a fan of standardized tests. Last year, Smith started a Facebook group called Stop the Tennessee Testing Madness. It now has more than 1,000 followers across the state. She believes we're spending too much time testing, as much as 30 days a year if you count prep time. Smith says Common Core and Park is just a more expensive problem.
None of the money is getting into the classrooms. None of the money is getting to these kids or to these teachers where it needs to be, actually giving them resources that they need.
And it turns out those testing costs are just a drop in the bucket compared to the technology needed to administer the new tests.
In metro schools, the cost of the technology to meet the Common Core and Park testing standards, like the laptops all these kids are using, is $13 million. And remember, this is just one of more than 100 school districts across the state.
The numbers are staggering, especially when you consider state tax collections are more than $170 million less than projected.
We don't know exactly how much. The estimates are anywhere from $125 million. I've heard as much as $250 million for the state just to buy the hardware, the computers.
State Representative Rick Womack of Rutherford County is a former teacher and coach. He's an ardent supporter of public education, but Womack says it's time for he and his colleagues to put Common Core and Park testing on hold.
Right now, those costs are going to be handed over to the local education agencies and the counties. And we don't have the money. I know Rutherford County, we don't have that kind of money to pass such a mandate, unfunded mandate, onto the citizens of Rutherford County.
And Womack isn't the only one who's concerned. His 3 bills to put off further implementation and alter other aspects of Common Core are among more than a half dozen that have been filed. Representative Billy Spivey of Lewisburg authored a bill that would require the state to reimburse counties for all costs associated with Common Core. And that bill has dozens of co-sponsors.
I think we need to step back, take a deep breath, assess what that dollar figure is, and make sure that we're willing to move forward with it on that principle alone.
Governor Haslam is a leading proponent of Common Core and has resisted any suggestion to slow down, like a half dozen other states already have. And despite the pushback now coming from his own party, Haslam's Education Commissioner Kevin Huffman says it's hard to argue that our kids need access to technology at school.
This is not about getting ready for online assessment. We need to have a computer for every 6 or 7 kids and internet access in the state of Tennessee. And if we're not able to provide that to our students, we really are behind other states.
Now, none of the lawmakers I spoke with is against buying the technology. They're just concerned about whether city and county school systems can afford it right now. They also question whether allowing other states to take the lead with Common Core could ultimately save Tennessee taxpayers a lot of money. Now, some mid-state parents are also upset tonight over state surveys that ask our elementary school students questions like, do you use drugs? Do you smoke pot? And how many computers do you have in your house? Some parents feel that questions like that are inappropriate and intrusive. Common Core critic Brenda Causey, state director for a group called Concerned Women for America, says the new Park tests are even more intrusive. She says schools shouldn't be mining our children for data.
We don't think that that's necessary, and we would like for our legislators just to do some more research, maybe take a pause.
Metro schools have stopped giving the Tennessee Climate Survey for now. State Representative Sheila Butt has filed a bill requiring all school districts in Tennessee to notify parents about all the tests and surveys their children are being